I'm here in the city of Hawthorne to provide some Tom Zebra training. Officer Naus from the Hawthorne Police Department. Officer Naus is a friend of mine. He runs his big mouth all the time. This is Officer Bartlett.
Wait a sec. Can you do me a favor?
Maybe I'm car.
Yeah, go ahead. Hey, stick around though, because I'm going to give the car back to you, okay?
Okay.
Do me a favor, just sit tight.
All right.
Don't take any guns or drugs out of the car.
Hitting Officer Bartlett up. I'm trying to explain to him the reason I'm in the city of Hawthorne recording him. I came here to speak to Officer Naus on the street because he was rude and disrespectful in the courtroom. Just.
I didn't care. You know all our cameras are equipped.
I think you meant to say their cars are equipped with cameras. This might come as a surprise to you, but the bad guys don't hand over video evidence when it proves their guilt. Isn't that shocking? They delete it. They claim it doesn't exist. They claim, oh, sorry, the audio wasn't working that day. There's a dead-end street back here. I didn't even know that. Can I ask your name, sir? Can I ask your name and I'll be on my way? Does this street actually have an outlet? Can I get a name or no?
Daniel, we talked like a dozen times. I've given you my name like 3 or 4 times. It's Martin.
Martin. Have a good day, sir. Yeah. Officer Martin looked at me like I'm crazy. Some of these police officers, they think that I'm doing it on purpose. There's only one Daniel Solomon. It's easy for you to remember my name. How many police are there in the South Bay? Uh-oh. It's Officer Jimenez. You know what that means, folks? Most likely there's going to be a U.S. tow truck to follow. Officer Jimenez could keep U.S. tow in business all by himself. Okay, so we've got Officer Martin here and Officer Jimenez. The driver has a suspended license. I believe she also has some kind of warrant for her arrest. Also, she needs to receive the service where they take your driver's license away from you and they give you back a little pink receipt. There's a possibility that me being here may change the outcome of things. There you have it, folks. Hawthorne Police, out of the kindness of their hearts, they're not impounding this vehicle. They're not arresting the driver. It's Officer Jimenez, and Officer Martin, using discretion, cutting the people some slack, and clearly irritated with my camera. We've got Officer Jimenez and Officer Martin up here again. I'm gonna continue on my way. We've got some undercover police officers conducting an investigation inside of this mobile home park here. The vehicle in front of me, it's got a government plate. This is Officer Naus over here. He's very rude and threatening in the courthouse. I told him I'd see him on the street. He said in the courthouse, he's talking smack about me, telling the bailiff to try to sue police departments and carrying on. I told him to watch his big effing mouth. And then he said, freedom of speech. This is in the courthouse, you know, where you're supposed to sit down. They say, no talking, no talking. Well, on this day in the courthouse, Officer Naus is running his trap, and then he had the nerve to say freedom of speech. So, I'm down with freedom of speech. I said what I thought about his old ass. Then the bailiff is like, hey, none of that. I said, hey, freedom of speech, just like the old fart said. I warned him to shut his effing trap. So if we're going to have freedom of speech in this courthouse, it's definitely going to go both ways. I'm not going to sit here quietly while this old fart runs his mouth about shit he doesn't understand. So I confronted him in the hallway, and boy, then his panties really got tied up in a bunch. So I'm not going to be rude to Officer Naus. I've already been the bigger person on every single occasion I've come across him. See if he's smart enough to keep his mouth shut or speak to me with respect. I knew his punk ass would call for backup too. I'm gonna go see who's the backup officer. Bartlett, how you doing?
Alright, man, how are you?
Did Officer Nels call for backup?
No.
Okay.
Anyone on this call, buddy?
Okay, I'm not gonna give him a hard time. He doesn't need backup.
I'm not.
Okay.
No, I'm just here. I just happened to be. You saw me in Cerise. You just saw me.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right, Officer Bartlett. You have a good day.
Stay cool.
Officer Bartlett says he's not here to back up Officer Nels, but he still hasn't left. He's sitting here. He's standing by. I'm just going to try to teach him how to be respectful. And then after that, in the future, he won't need to call for backup. Why don't you tow that car for him, Officer Nels? I'm not leaving until you walk by me. Tom Zebra training, bitch. You're going to learn how to be respectful right now. Look, there is no way Officer Bartlett is standing by here for no reason. He's standing by to back up Officer Nels. Officer Nels, I think that guy's calling you. Hey, there's no reason for you and I to have a disrespectful relationship with each other, Officer Nels. You realize that, right? No reason for us to have a disrespectful relationship with each other. I'm gonna give you another chance, Officer Nels. I don't know about today, but in the past he's been a rude son of a gun.
What's that? What news, sir?
Huh?
You want to report for news, sir? How you know here?
The radio.
He arrested you?
No, he didn't arrest me. He just was very rude.
Okay.
So I came to give him another chance to be respectful, but you know he wouldn't say nothing. He just got in his car.
Just mad with you.
Yeah, he doesn't like me, but you guys have a nice day. I can't find Officer Shirley anywhere. She was all over the radio this morning. I've been chasing her down with a big smile on my face. Can't wait to find her. I'm gonna stop and see if I can get Poetic to go record with me. That way I can get Officer Shirley from her good side and her better side both.